And we are live. What is going on, legend? But welcome back to Beyond the 90. Leicester City have just lost 2-0 to Liverpool. Now, you probably I don't know what you're expecting from me. Obviously, again, the match against Nottingham Forest, and you're looking at this, you're going, right, what exactly is going to happen? For me, it's all about the performance. Liverpool are a phenomenal team. They've got a phenomenal squad. I mean, they can bring Salah off the bench today. What was impressive for me, again, we lost 2-0, and we can take our hats off to the better team. That's fine. No problem with that. However, we made it. We didn't roll over. We didn't make it easy for them. We played, and we played good. Schmeichel had a great game defensively, considering that back line is, again, you may argue, say Justin's going to get in that back line when Evans comes in, he gets back in that squad. On the left-hand side, you've got other people. You've got Castagna that will get in as well. You've got good players. And considering that, I think today we can be happy with it. I'm not happy, sorry, content. I'm not saying that we are fantastic. I'm not saying that we are brilliant. But do you know what? We were asking for the basics, doing the basics the last couple of weeks, and we saw that in this match. We didn't go our way. It was always going to be a hard chance to try and keep them out. However, we were good enough. We were playing against them. We took the Liverpool to them at times. At times, Brendan, we've criticised him, and again, it's not enough to convince me to change my mind. However, again, I'm not saying get him out of the club right now. I'm saying that performance was good enough, in my opinion, just to kind of relax the tension a little bit more, and to go, okay, Brendan knows what he's doing a little bit more. I thought he completely lost everything. Some of his comments and stuff like that, I can now after this game, it kind of makes sense. Dropping again, just coming into the beginning of the game, you're looking at the likes of, he dropped out Soyuncu, who I don't think anybody was going to say, oh, thank God he's in the team. And he brought in the centre-back pairing that played against Liverpool at home. So you've got the likes of Ndidi, who I think had a pretty good game. Amati, who had a solid game. James Justin, who had a great first game in the first half, kind of went a little bit more quiet and went into a defensive position, which I don't mind. Luke Thomas, I think, had a decent game. I think we're looking at like 5, 6, 7s. We played well, but when you've got this Liverpool on song, you can't beat them. And so we have beaten them in the past, but it's very, very hard to beat them. And I'm happy. I'm happy because we've actually turned up and we've played decent football. At times, things were going wayward, but we showed heart, desire, passion, and for me, I don't mind as long as we go down fighting, and we did. I mean, Kasper Schmeichel, what a performance! People have been calling for him a little bit more. I think he had a phenomenal game in terms of the shots he saved. It won't be looked at. I think in terms of the media narrative, it'll be swung more towards Liverpool. Liverpool are fantastic, blah, blah, blah. But we'll get into the set piece a little bit later. But the way we played and how we play is just, it's okay to lose to a better team, and I'm more than happy to do so. My problem was the way that we did it, and Rodgers' comments again coming into this thinking, oh, what the hell's going to happen? Coming into again a very tough run of fixtures. We've got this game, then we've got West Ham, then we've got Wolves, 3 good teams. Obviously Liverpool are better than a good team, and they've strengthened, and the momentum is with them, especially at Anfield. As I was saying to Doug, the Anfield fortress is real, even though at times it can be very quiet. Seeing Neville alone and then just kind of comes off a cliff, and then they're quiet until they score again. I think it was one of those times where, look, the performances have been so poor of late, and I'm more than happy to criticise Leicester when you can't doing the basics right. Now, the passing wasn't brilliant. But we were trying, we were getting in the faces, and it was way more than we saw before, where we completely capitulated against other teams. I'm happy that we've actually took our time, built into the game, and then kept pushing. And that's okay for me. I'm not saying that we should get used to losing every single game. It's the manner in which we do it. This is, when I've said before, Brendan, give me something to back. This is what I mean. It's not the pinnacle. We're getting there. It's going to take steps till we get back to where we want to be. But you come into this game, obviously, you're looking at the likes of what was surprising. Obviously, Soyuncu and Tielemans were dropped. We heard about that already. Barnes was a surprise one for me. I didn't expect Barnes to be dropped because I thought he would be okay. But maybe he's one of the players that wants out. Because if you look, the players that he dropped on purpose are players that have kind of come out And I think that's okay. We started strong. We started well. We took the game to Liverpool, comparing that with the performance against where we won, where we actually let Liverpool come on to us. We were going to play. We're going to go toe-to-toe. Maddison was having a lot of joy. I mean, we're going to go through some of the teams in a second in terms of the lineups and some of the formation that we played with the four at the back. I think it's okay. It's okay considering that back line that they've got and the players that they've got. We needed for me, the main thing is you're looking at midfield. You've got Fabinho, you've got Curtis Jones, who I think I was really impressed by Curtis Jones, and Thiago. They're great players. I mean, I'm not on the Thiago hype, to be honest. I can't be on it. I'm going to be honest. I'm not on the Thiago hype, but what I saw from a good team is a good performance. And that's what we need to celebrate, because my God, when's the last time we had a good performance? Liverpool at home, and we had a great, phenomenal performance. The thing is, can we do this 2 or 3 games in a row? We could do this on the odd occasion where I still see this as a bonus, even though we've conceded 2 goals, which is mad. But you have to be honest and look at things quite objectively and go, look, we didn't take our chances. Some of the passing wasn't the best at times. We were getting some play along some good sides, but we were challenging and we were going for players and positions where I was happy. I was happy with what we were doing, because it's just one of them times where it wasn't going to happen, and that's okay. But we showed fight. We weren't just going to capitulate and everything's going to come into the back of the net. And we were actually decent, and I think that is okay. That is okay to say, look, considering where we were on Sunday and where we are now, it's night and day. It is night and day. I'm not saying we were so bad. We were so bad. Probably the worst performance. You're looking at somebody like Tottenham and what's happened to them with the 3-2. What are they going to do for the next game? That's the important thing. And for me, we can have an awful game. And I was you saw me. You saw what we were saying. But we are playing some okay football. We're playing some decent transitional football. If the passing could be a little bit better, just a little bit more clean, a little bit more clinical, if people can get their shots away, we can. It's just that little bit, and I think it's okay. I think it's okay. So I've seen people in the comments saying that it's been a disaster. It's not. Defensive wise, it was decent. Going forward, it wasn't great, but you have to sacrifice that. What do you have to do? I mean, Maddison was playing up in that position, trying to link the play between whoever the striker was and where he was. You've got Dewsbury Hall. I think Samore, great game from Samore. This is a player I think by next season is going to be a really, really hard guy to get out of the team. He's got great footwork. He's got pace. He's got his physicality is fantastic. His defensive ability, he's got some great tackles. He's everywhere at times. And I don't think this is his season, but he will be in a couple of times. And he deserves to play in that position. Him and Dewsbury Hall, I think, take your hat off to both of them. Yes, people will look at him, and probably if you look at the 3-minute highlight, you're probably going to see the one where the Kasper Schmeichel almighty hand of just a solid hand of brilliance, and he gave the ball away. Yes, but if you watch the whole 90 minutes, I was very impressed. But considering he's filling the boots of Yuri Tillemans is a great player, and that maybe that's shaking him up again and said, right, you get out the team, and then you think about what you've done and how you've down tools. And think about you got the armband, and that was fine. And that double pivot of Samore and Keenan Dewsbury Hall, I was really happy with. I'm not going to lie, I was really, really happy with it. It could be better, yes, but that relationship is take time. He's 22 and 23. Them two, I think Keenan Dewsbury Hall is going to be the future of Leicester City. And he's only going to go up with more game time, more experience. You're going to have a good game. Another player, for example, I think that kind of epitomized it, was Luke Thomas. He didn't do anything unbelievable. He kept his position. He held on. Bearing in mind he was against Salah, and we saw he pocketed Salah last time. But we are getting there, and he's a much better player than he was last year, and that's fine. We are in transition. Bearing in mind this season is kind of written off. We're not going towards a relegation zone. We aren't going to get relegated. I think there's 3 definitely worse teams than us. We're going to have to write off the season. That's fine, but let's play some attractive football, and that's fine by me. Let's play some attractive football and see what we can do when we play good football. Again, we'll go through some of the team again. So we'll go through, so we've mentioned Luke Thomas again. I think had a steady Eddie performance in terms of that. The way he kind of transitioned the ball, I think, was great. I think the way he defended was very good. I think a couple of times Salah picked the ball off him and then he took him out. Considering Salah everybody was talking him into this game. He's got a point to prove. He's got a point to prove. He's got a point to prove, and he dealt with the majority of that. And when he was playing against Jota again, I know Jota got 2 goals, but it could have been more. Justin, again, he's just coming back from injury. We're throwing him in the deep end, especially first off, he's getting a lot of work down that right-hand side, going forward and defensively. Really happy with that. He kind of backed off second half, and that's okay because he will come good. Justin when he's on that right-hand side, when he's come back, we've looked so much better, so much stronger defensively and so much stronger going forward. Now, with Justin, it will take time. We're using this, as we're writing the season off, I think as most Leicester fans are, we can finish somewhere around mid-table. We could maybe push up to the top 6, and I say maybe because the quality at the top and the quality in the top 6, nobody wants 4th place and nobody wants 6th place as well. It's looking just awful. You're looking at that going, what the hell is going to happen with Leicester City? We could drive up the table. There is no problem. We've just got to continue this momentum into the next game and hopefully into the Conference League and see if we can build. The problem is we haven't had back-to-back great performances. So that's why I'm still reserved. I just am impressed that we've gone out and we've tried something and it has worked. You're looking at lines here. Justin, again, Dewsbury Hall and Samore double pivot. I think worked great. It's the future potentially. If Tielemans and Ndidi both decide to move on, then we've got a decent double pivot there. Albrighton, again, every single time, every single manager, every single time when a new player comes into position, he's always chastised out the team. Now, when you're looking at his performance and what he did, how he worked defensively going forward, he was trying against Robertson. It was fantastic. He gives you that, and that's what you need, that heart, that guts, that trying, and just the grinding out ability. And that's what I wanted to see. Albrighton epitomised that. Still one of the most underrated players in the Premier League. On the other side, Lookman didn't really have the best of games. I was surprised of how quick, I keep forgetting how quick Lookman is. He's really rapid. I think they kind of learned their lesson a little bit more. They changed tactics and they made sure that they kept him out of the game. However, he had good defensively, and going forward, he made the opportunities, linking up with Daka really, really well, driving into the midfield, taking that left-hand side quite well as well. I'm not too concerned because I think Lookman can be a good player. I think potentially they've not bought him out yet, A, because of finances, and B, I think they'll see, because we've seen some good sides of him and we've seen some bad. I think overall he's been great. We will have to see by the end of the season whether we buy him or not. Maddison, again, today was one of the days where he looked like he clicked, but he didn't get the goal, he didn't get the assist. Now, is that what people are going to mention? I don't know. But he was good in this game. I think he was good enough to play and to try and finish some of the chances. It didn't quite happen, and that's okay. We're just going to try and grind it out as we go along. And then up to Daka. Daka was another player. I think he was good. He was good in terms of the way he moved, his link-up play, bringing Lookman into the game, trying to bring other people into the game. And I think it was one of those games where we can talk about the injuries. Normally, I don't talk that much about injuries because it's like, oh, wait, the performance was terrible. We can't blame injuries. But when we've actually played and we've looked at certain performances and how we've played, I can agree that, yes, we've not had the best performances. We can talk about injuries. I've seen somebody in the comments mentioning Vardy, and Vardy is a miss for sure. But Vardy's kind of the old school. We're bringing in this new player in Daka. He's still young, he's still raw, he's still fresh, and he will develop under Brendan Rodgers. When you're looking at now, I think that now's a good time to mention Vardy. Now is a good time to mention the wing backs, in terms of we kind of miss Ricardo, we kind of miss Castagna in terms of their defensive work and going forward. But it's okay, because imagine how bad this could have been. I mean, a lot of people, I think even Matt Piper, one of the most positive Leicester fans, I think, as you guys know on the radio, he's one of the most positive, and I love Matt Piper, I really do. He was saying it's going to be double digits. If they play like that against Liverpool, it's been double digits, and it was 2. That's down to us and how we played. We did work well, and I think that is okay. That it's okay to say we've just done something right for once. And that's pretty much it. The manager got the tactics it could have gone a lot worse. And from speaking to Liverpool fans, he goes, this is what's happening. It's just going to go downhill. He's throwing everybody under the bus, pre-prepared to hold on for a bumpy ride. But we weren't that bad. And that's a hell of an achievement from where we were. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I think it's worth to mention once again. Ethan's put in, Neil, don't forget Liverpool wasted chances, but we can't control that. That's outside of our control. Kasper Schmeichel had a phenomenal game. I don't know how many saves he actually made. Look how many shots on target they had, and we'll see how many. But Kasper Schmeichel made some really, really good saves all the way through the match. I can't find the statistics at the moment, but when I'll try and bring them up when I can. But overall, in terms of match statistics, 11 shots on target Liverpool had, and we conceded 2 goals. 9 saves is pretty good going for Leicester City. Yes, they had that the beautiful curl from Mohamed Salah. Just the way that went round, that was beautiful. Hit the corner of the post. You're looking at Kasper Schmeichel had so many good saves. And again, as David puts, again, we didn't capitulate after the first goal. I know it seems so bad that to say, like, that's like saying, oh, we didn't concede 17 goals. And it's like, how positive is that? Yes. But considering the run of form we were on, considering the performance against Nottingham Forest, considering all of that, we played well. And one of my notes, just to come back to your point, David, is, what's it called? Jota 34 points, goal conceded, can't complain really. Not fussed. We've been competitive so far. Will our heads drop? And that's my next 4 words. Will our heads drop? And the answer was no. And that's great. The fact is we don't know. We could have, again, if the heads drop like that and we lose another game, that game is a completely different game. If we play the second half like we did against Nottingham Forest, goodbye Leicester City. I mean, we are looking like we could concede double figures. We genuinely could. And Brendan Rodgers deserves credit for turning it around. I've been very critical of Rodgers this season, and I stand by what I said when I said it. But he got it right today. His substitutions, again, Nacho for Daka, I wasn't too sure on what he was doing, but he was attacking. He was trying to play the game and go for the game. Tielemans for Samore, I didn't actually agree with that one as well, but then I understood, okay, I thought Tielemans and Barnes should be benched for a game. However, if he thinks it's appropriate to bring him on, I back him. And I know I've said Rodgers out, but I thought this was going to be the end of the road. And looking at history, that's what it was going to look like. Samore for Tielemans, yeah, I think it kind of worked. I think Tielemans had a little bit more of a grit and a bit more of a point to prove, but I'd happily not start him against West Ham as well. Bring back Samore. Samore did nothing wrong, in my opinion. And one thing as well to mention, obviously Barnes for Lookman. Again, I would have happily benched Barnes after what was potentially said as well. Looking at Lookman, I think he had a decent. It was a mixed bag with Lookman. I've seen him do a lot better, but this is a very good Liverpool side. Matip is a great defender. Van Dijk, and you've got Robertson and Alexander-Arnold. I know they're not the best, but they're 2 great people in their positions. The centre-back duo, we couldn't break them down. I think we only had one. Did we have one? Can anybody remember? Let me know in the comments. Somebody's mentioned we had 1 shot on target. I'm pretty sure we only had 2 or 3 shots on target when we won 1-0. So it doesn't really matter in that kind of way. We again, it's happening. It's coming. With Jota's second goal, again, 86th minute. It was kind of not bound to happen, but when it happened, I'm not too bothered. I finished the game, and I would have clapped the players off the pitch if I was in the ground, and that's what matters. You know, we're not going to win every single game. We're not going to be. We just need them to be competitive, and for me, that was enough. Manager Brendan Rodgers, you've got my backing for now. This doesn't, again, I'm not saying that you've got my backing for now. The way that we performed in this game was enough for me to give me something to back, and you've showed me that. I'm not flipping over to Rodgers in. I'm just saying, okay, that's fine for now. Now in the next couple of games, we've had this when we've had like a decent performance, then it's gone off a cliff. Decent performance, gone off a cliff. Decent performance, gone off a cliff. And that inconsistency, hopefully Rodgers can now find a formation that kind of works, a partnerships that are all over the pitch that kind of work. In Didi And yes, Ethan, I've seen Rodgers out. I'm not. I know I said Rodgers out. I'm not. But this match wasn't defining anything. A lot of people coming into this game thinking Leicester are going to get absolutely trounced. A lot of Leicester fans included, going just blow the full-time whistle, keep it 0-0, no problem. But the way that we went about performing, and from minute one, Leicester City have been very slow. A lot of the games we've conceded goals in the first 10 minutes, and we're going, here we go again. Is it going to be 3, 4, 5, 6? Are we able to count on our hands how many goals? We didn't concede the goal early. It was 34 minutes. People talk about set pieces. That set piece wasn't an issue, in my opinion. Maybe a hot take for everybody. I don't think it's the way that we're playing. I don't think it's the way that we were defending set pieces. There was a time where we aren't brilliant at it. We were abysmal. Now we've kind of upped our level to okay. Okay still isn't good enough. I say they 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10. I think the commentator was saying at one point that Van Dijk was on his own in the box, and what we're doing there, and I do agree. Why are you letting Van Dijk, who is a good in the air, in the box on his own? But that was only one time. Before, we had chance after chance after chance after chance, and that goal didn't come directly from the corner. It came in, header, saved by Schmeichel, but because of the power, it just parried it into Jota, and the form Jota's in, and I think he's the second highest top scorer in the Premier League this season. The way he played, I don't mind. I genuinely don't mind his performance. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching. Again, it's just me on my own for this one. I'll have a few more people back, hopefully by the Sunday game. So we will have to see. We'll have to see about that. But going into that West Ham game, this is one of those ones. If it's less than 2-0, it counts as a victory in the same way this one did. I'd feel less confident about West Ham, but I think they're all over the place in the moment at the moment. So we will have to see. West Ham, Moyes knows how to play Rodgers. Moyes has Rodgers on strings at times. So not too happy about that one. If you've enjoyed my unnecessary ranting and talking for 22 minutes, thank you for making this far. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. We're going to bring you, if you see tomorrow's video, but Leicester City women, so Hannah and James, are interviewing the one and only Lydia Bedford on the channel. I'm so excited to bring you that video. It was, it's so nice. And credit to Hannah, credit to James. I have nothing to do with this. That the Leicester City women's is all they're doing and all they're being, but we are one family at Beyond the 90. So make sure you tune out that one, 7:30 UK time. Get your notifications on for that. You don't want to miss that one. That's going to be a great video. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you for all the following. Thank you for your comments, whether we agree or not. It really helps us, and it really helps me see where you guys are coming from as well. I don't give you shout out enough. So Ethan, David, Dorco, Brooklyn, Stephen. We've got a few people in the comments here. Alex is in again. Better effort. Still like a broken record, but in case Terry for away the table, I'm looking at it. It could start to fall fast, but the step going from here and the hill that we were on to kind of like slowing it down, that's the hard momentum. Rene, Neem, Tony's in the chat. Hi guys. Alessio's there. Lawrence is there. Chester's there before the game, but thank you, everybody. Really appreciate you all coming on and you supporting us as well. It really, really, really good point. So thank you once again. I'm going to shut up now and leave you to have the rest of your afternoon. Hopefully you can go to bed and not cry yourself to sleep, which is a good standard. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.